Hi, my wise astrology tribe, Cosmic Insight Astrology. My name is Christina. I will be your co-pilot. Today, I'm here to make a podcast about Mars in retrograde in Gemini, which is going to take place in October 30th, 2022. And it's gonna be on Sunday when it's going to station retrograde. I erected the chart in Florida, Miami, and it's going to station retrograde at 9:25 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'm doing tropical whole sign astrology. Okay, let's talk about this Mars retrograde. Usually the red planet is in one sign around 8 weeks at a time. But when it's stationed retrograde and when it's going retrograde in a sign, it's going to be about 5 to 7 months. In this time in Gemini, it will going to be in retrograde in Gemini for 7 entire months. So what's going to happen here? It's actually not in retrograde. It's gonna be in Gemini for 7 months, but it's going to go in retrograde October 30th until January 12th, 2023. However, Mars going to enter shadow retrograde period on September 4th, and it's going to come out from shadow period again in 2023, March 25th, all right? Okay, so let's talk about this planet of Mars. First of all, I'm going to talk about the retrograde. The retrograde is going to take place at 25 degree 37 minutes. What does it mean? It's going to be influenced by Leo and Aquarius qualities. Why? Because it is in the third decan, which is the third air sign, which is Aquarius. So it's going to get a Uranian, Aquarian flavor. And because it's in the third ward, it means it's also going to get a Leo flavor. So influenced by Sun as well. Why are we going to analyze this? We're going to talk about Mars, first of all. What does planet Mars representing in our life? Planet Mars is the red planet, and it is the planet of desire, the planet of aggression. It represents our physical energy, or courage, or enterprise. Planet Mars actually rules Aries, so rules the head, the eye or vision, and also rules Scorpio or sexual desire, and co-rules with Pluto. And Scorpio rules the 8th house of all the taboos, other people's money and taboos. So Mars actually, you know, like also in medical astrology, it governs the adrenaline system as well. So that's why it's really good when we're competing in anything. And for example, when you are angry, your adrenaline homeostasis is changing in the body, in the adrenaline system is changing. So what's going to go, and you know, the testosterone, it rules also with Pluto, the testosterone as well. What does it mean, Mars in Gemini? What is Gemini exactly? So Gemini is a dual sign, and the keywords to Gemini is adaptable, versatile, really communicative, and also very, very witty. Gemini is truly an intellectual sign. It is useful and lively. It rules communication, cars, communication devices, and children as well, and rules the nerves. And for example, Gemini could be time to time, and especially if Mars is in Gemini, it could be very intense tension and very superficial as well, because the brain is always storming and always restless, and it's become cunning and you know, like hard to adopt. It's a restless situation here. But Gemini rules social media and also rules siblings, also rules your neighborhood. It rules the third house, so it rules journalism as well, written words, and education. But it doesn't rule actually higher education. It rules like education until high school, most likely. So yes, that is the Gemini qualities over here. And what is the qualities of Mars? Let's see. And what is the qualities of Mars in Gemini? So when Mars going to Gemini, that is totally stimulating the mind. It is like almost like you can't stay sit and you know, be in one place, because your brain is like restless. You are not capable to sleep. You wake up in the night and, you know, brainstorming. That is very intellectual change over here, what's involved. And you know, it is restlessness going to build up, and we're going to become irritable, and we can have very sharp bad tempers, and we can talk out from anger. And you know, it also like, because Gemini rules by Mercury, we could be also very self-critical as well. So what else can happen by Mars is in retrograde in Gemini? It is like we're not going to be capable to relax. So meditation, forget about that. That's impossible. Everything we are considered to be boring for us. So we're going to jump topic to topic. We want to do, you know, like, even if you start to read a book, you're not gonna go with it and finish the book. You actually going to start like 100 kind of intellectual project, or 100 kind of book, and you're just gonna put that aside and start another one and start another one, because of the restlessness. Is Mars is an impulsive, an initiator planet, so that's going to really be magnified over here. And you know, Mars also actually a sexual planet, as I said before, and representing our intimate life and our sensuality, or sex drive as well. And Gemini is very useful energy. So it might be like a lot of people going to seek for younger mate, or it could indicate like you're going to be really like energetic in your sex life, and or you know, or actually it will be something like you will seek for people to get intimate with who are also intellectual. So, but it's not going to be very deep, because Gemini is not really deep. It's gonna be most likely it's just like very airy and you know, light-hearted relationship, one night stands, for example, as well. So also Mars is gun, knife, and infection. So accidents. Gemini is your limb, your arms. So during this period, we will need to be really careful with any kind of accidents. For example, hurt your arms, break your arms, have a gunshot in your arms. Be careful with knife in the kitchens, because it indicates multiple accidents and the limb involved in the accidents. So what else did I actually check? Because I have a little note over here right in front of me. Let me see. Okay. Oh, yes. So Mars in tarot card, because I forgot to talk about that. Mars in tarot card indicates represented by first and foremost the Tower. That is the first card. And it really shows the malefic side of Mars, the evil side of Mars. So it could indicate like we going to demolish everything. What was, it could be actually a major war in education system. Something is not working over there, and we will have to fight for our education system around the world, or the way our children are taught it's not going to be comfortable, and we will have fears, and we're going to get arrogant, and we're going to go and fight for our children. It's representing that one as well. And don't forget, it's get a Uranian flavor from the decan, because it's in third decan. It's going actually in third decan to retrograde, and the Dvad where it's going to go and station retrograde, that's Leo. So definitely the self-esteem is in center of attention, and definitely the Uranian flavor with science and for example, Uranus also representing gays, so the sexuality between homosexual people. So it's a war against them or a war for them. That could indicate that one as well. But Mars is infection. Uranus rules homosexuality and bacterial infection. So it could actually indicate the monkeypox going to elevate during these 7 months, unfortunately. And we could have a new pandemic rising from that monkeypox, right? So let's see what other aspects going to make this Mars in Gemini. So first of all, I checked, and on the indirect midpoint, that is Mercury Saturn indirect midpoint, Mars going to be on and start the retrograde over here. So here is Mercury Saturn indirect midpoint. It's going to be Sag 25. It acts like an opposition, right? So it's a difficult, challenging aspect. Opposition is always challenging, and it involves Mercury and Saturn. So what is it gonna be? Mercury and Saturn usually it's censorship. So, but Mars, because it's opposition with this midpoint, it is actually a war, and actually we are taking actions against the government censorship. So we don't want to be controlled anymore. We're going to invent or initiate new kind of platform on social media that won't be censored. And even if it will be later on, but we're going to keep doing that because our brain are restless, and we need to create something, and we need to create something with communication. We need to initiate communication. We need to say your truth, and doesn't matter if we hurt anyone else, because look, Mars in Gemini, quite frankly, it has a really spicy tongue as well, and it could hurt others. So right now, we're not going to be like, oh, like I can hurt everybody's feelings, and I shouldn't say that or that. No, yeah, we're going to stand in our truth. We're going to stay authentic, and we're gonna go with war. Anyone we want to, and that's definitely against censorship and against government over here. So what else can we say? Listen, when the moment Mars is going and stations retrograde, look, it's going to square with Jupiter and Neptune. Jupiter, the planet of reach, Jupiter is the planet of prosperity, growth, abundance, and good future. Jupiter also rules wisdom and generosity as well, and higher education, and immigration and immigration policies, but it's expanding everything. And Neptune rules the ocean, the water. It rules aliens. It also rules unprivileged people as well. So Neptune represents your dreams, your psychic, your intuition, your compassion, and it is illusion, delusion, and also self-sacrifice as well. That is the planet of Mother Teresa, but also rules alcoholism, addiction, and a lot of other things. So when Jupiter and Neptune start to conjunct again, right, because they are in Pisces, and Jupiter go retrograde back until 28 degrees. So it's applying this conjunction, but it's gonna square with Mars. So what can happen? Mars is war over here. Neptune is inflation again, also. So expanding the inflation, and that's why we will need to be heard. We will fight against that. Or what else could be? It could be like we're going to be warriors, and Gemini is collecting, for example, money because Gemini rules currency as well and sales as well. So it could be some kind of flood situation around the world because of Neptune is a lot of rain or a quick flooding, and Jupiter is expanding that. So we will need to go in war and help to people who are in war zone, for example. And how can you help? Actually, to create a social media platform where you can collect money for people and being advocate, because Mars is courageous, also advocate. So being advocate and being the initiator to do some kind of collecting money or anything really in a war zone or anything in for a flooded area as well. Okay, let's see what is happening over here. I'm so sorry. Let me just pause. All right, so sorry about Cosmo. He's my beautiful, amazing miniature dachshund, and he started to bark. And actually, his birthday is August 8th, so he's a lion gate little creature, and his name is Cosmo because he means the whole universe for us. All right, so I'm going to continue, guys, and I'm going to analyze Mars aspects and the way it's going to start stationary retrograde. So also I didn't mention, but when the planet station retrograde, that is the closest to the Earth. So it magnifies all the all the traits of the planet Mars. So let's see what's going on. Mars is actually going to do a trine with Saturn. Saturn actually is the planet of restriction, limitation, caution, organization, endurance, and discipline. It is also responsibility. It rules the government as well. And in Aquarius, it is rules actually some kind of restrictive energy through or human nature in a humanitarian aspect. So for example, when Pluto Saturn conjuncted back in Capricorn in 2020, that's when the pandemic started. So yes, definitely it's a restriction, but trine is always a very welcoming aspect. It is the most beautiful aspect in astrology. It is a granted situation. So anything is granted what we are fighting for. And in this case, with this trine, and because before I told you Saturn Mercury midpoint also but the indirect midpoint is Mars over here because it's opposition here. So it definitely will bring in a flavor of Uranus, and it will bring a flavor of Saturn. So that is fighting for some kind of humanitarian project, some kind of charity. And, Aquarius actually fighting and being advocate for a humanitarian project. And also trines with Mercury. So that is definitely initiating conversation. Mercury, the moment when it's going to station retrograde, Mars, it's gonna be in Scorpio. So Scorpio ruled by Mars, and this trine, it's actually indicating something with some kind of research project and research about infection or injection. And Mars is also rules the vaccines, vaccination. So it could be some kind of research about vaccination or a new pandemic, as I said before. And what else it's going to make. Look at that, King Kongs. King Kongs is not a major aspect, it's a minor aspect. However, it's really troublesome and challenging aspect. and with Pluto, and both of them rule Scorpio, right? But King Kongs with Pluto, it's a really powerful, challenging aspect with some kind of powerful people. It is a power struggle. It is a war. It is death. For example, it could indicate like the death rate is going to rise. Why? Because of a war against some kind of government project, or it could be as simple as it is multiple places going to start war. And as it is today, when I'm recording this podcast, we had issue in Kosovo, we do have the Ukraine and Russian war, we do have issues with Taiwan and China, we do have issues with Israel and Palestine, and we did have issues today, Turkey and between Turkey and Greece. So as you can see, the anger, the aggression that is ruled by Mars is elevating right now. And definitely that is indicating death over here, and death from infection, death from gunshots. So it could be a lot more terror attack, a lot more massive shooting. It could indicate a lot more death from vaccination. I know you're going to throw me with stones over here, but unfortunately it could be side effects of vaccination. It could also indicate, you know, like simple as it, just evil, pure violence as well. All right, what else going on over here? Let me see. So definitely I checked the asteroids, nothing prominent over here. At least I haven't seen anything. Yeah, so that's what's going to happen during this Mercury retrograde, and it's going to be definitely challenging and restless for sure for 7 months for us. All right, guys, so I hope you liked my video, and if you did so, and if I shed some light, then please subscribe to my channel and push that like button, and check out my website, which is www.urbanwitch.org. Thank you so much for your attention, and I'm going to see you soon. Bye.